This is my Great Planes P51 Mustang 1.5 meter. I flew this thing a few months back and had a really crappy landing. I flipped it over and knocked the tail section loose. I went right off the side of the runway, caught some long grass, took this little chunk out of my wing and bent the landing gear. But it's raining this evening and my wife has gone out for dinner with her friends, so we're gonna go and attack this thing with the Hanger 9 Ultra Coat. I've cut myself a small piece because it's a bit more manageable. I really want this to look nice and blend in, so I've rounded off the corners and I'm just going to make sure that everything lines up before I peel off the sticky back, which is something that you have to remember to do or you're going to end up with a big mess. I'm just going to put this in place and gently tack around the edges. That's the most important thing. And then I'm going to go back and forth slightly, but I'm going to slowly go a circular motion towards the front of the wing, and any air bubbles should escape out that side. In the end, it took about 20 minutes and it turned out really well. I'm quite happy with this job. Now on to the bent landing gear. It's easy, 4 screws, put it in a vise, straighten it out, and then put it back on again. It's that simple. But the harder part comes up. Onto this loose tail section. I want this to be more of a restoration. This is a 35-year-old airplane and I got it from the guy who built it. So I want to pay respect to the fact that he put a lot of work into this. I'm gently peeling back the original monocoat and it's coming up quite nicely. It's exposed an extremely long crack that goes all the way down the vertical stabilizer. The good thing is it's a solid piece of balsa wood mounted to a solid piece of balsa wood. So I'm just going to let a lot of glue soak in. I'm using a thin CA glue here, and I'm going to let it set up for about half an hour. I'm going to make sure it's really strong. I really don't want to have to cut the other side open. I think if this can get all the way through there, it's going to do the same job. So in the end, it came back holding really well. I've got my iron back on and I'm slowly recovering everything back down there with the original covering. It actually turned out pretty well. I'm quite happy with this job. I've only covered a couple of airplanes. In fact, I've only been flying airplanes for 2 years, but I'm just really excited about this hobby. And when I get excited about something, I normally get good at it. Anyways, see you later, guys.